Okay. So can you basically give us a brief summary of your junior year?
Okay. A brief summary. So does that include sports and like all of that junk?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can.
well, overall, I would say if I was gonna describe junior year of high school in one like word, it'd be stressful. Very stressful. Um, my entire year was just full of so much stress and just so much like anxiety about like college and then when you got into like sports, I wasn't succeeding to my best abilities there as well, and like everything was just one big ball of stress. Was my junior year of high school. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oof.
definitely my worst year out of all four.
So like what do you think was the problem in junior year? Like what do you think you could have done differently to make it like better?
So many things. First of all, I wouldn't have taken all of these AP classes. Um, Also, I just feel like if you go to Deep Run High School, you know that like how competitive it is, how competitive the whole nature of the school is, and how like people are like always worried about your grades and your business, and it's just like you can't fail there, or else it just ruins you from inside. And like I wish I wouldn't have listened to those people or like tried to compete with like my friend group because at the time they were all like extremely like smart. They were like top 10 in the class and I tried to compete with them and it just wasn't a good idea. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't take all those AP classes and I wish I would have been better prepared for SATs and for college stuff and probably understand that life goes on even if you don't get into like the college of your dreams or stuff like that. That would have been nice to understand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, do you think you did anything well your junior year? Like, do you think you did anything good at all?
Um, okay. I would say, I guess it was like, I think like maybe spring semester of the junior year, and it was like, I feel like it was like March or like April, and previous to then, I was just in a ball of just like not caring about grades anymore, not caring if I did bad. I was so numb to everything. And I think there was a point where I just got myself out of that little funk I was in and that little phase I was in. And I was like, okay, I have to like get my stuff together because I'm going to try and finish this year strong regardless of how it goes. So I motivated myself to just turn in all of my assignments, to just finish everything, and to just work with my teachers and show them that I want to be better and that I'm going to commit to this. And I think that was the turning point, at least in that year. It's just sad that it happened so late and there wasn't really a lot I could do. But it was still, for me, satisfying because I know at least I finished the year as best as I could.
That's good. So, I know that you said previously that you shouldn't take a lot of AP classes. So, do you like I don't know, I feel like again, I have friends that are taking lots of AP classes, maybe like 5, 4, like 3. So, you would say it's better to like take what you can instead of trying to compete with others, right?
Hmm. And it's really hard because, like I said, Deep Run is just full of that stigma of like you have to compete or else you're not good enough, and people will know you're not good enough, and like that's the worst. And it's just like you shouldn't take. I mean, okay, if you can handle it, go ahead. But like the thing is like I my sophomore year I only took one AP class, and then I jumped to five. Not only just five, but the hardest APs. I was like in, I remember I was in like AP Chem, and then, wait, do you want me to list that?
Yeah, talk about that.
So I was, hold on, I wrote the classes down. Of course it's gone. Okay, so I took AP Chem, AP Psych, AP US History, AP English Lang, and AP Calculus. And then I took journalism and Spanish. And that was tough because, first of all, um, sophomore year, I took trig and then I hopped into AP Calc. So I didn't have pre calc knowledge, I didn't have any of that. And then chemistry, I went from college prep chemistry to AP chemistry. So that was not a good idea. And it's just like, I don't think you should try and take as many AP classes because that's not what it's about in college, at least when you get there. Like, yes, of course, you're going to get out of introductory courses if you do well in your AP exams, depending on the college you end up going to. However, a lot of the times, for example, if you take like AP chemistry and then like your junior year, say you get like a 4 on the exam and you're going to tech and you can get out of like first year chem. So you go through senior year without chemistry and then you go to college and it's just like you hop right into your second year or second semester of chemistry, college chemistry, and you have no idea what's going on because you literally forgot it because you took chem 2 years ago, junior year. And it's just like sometimes I feel like they hinder you more, like the AP classes, because it would make so much more sense to, retake that class, be familiar with the what's it called,
Curriculum.
the curriculum. And I remember I was talking to Miss Earl my junior year. She's an AP Chem teacher, and she told me one of the best things she did was like retaking chemistry in college because it was a lot simpler and like easier and faster because she took AP Chem like her junior year, but like it's still in the back of her mind and it was a better refresher for her. And I just don't think what's it called? Just trying to compete with your classmates or to take the most APs is like a good idea at all. Like it's gonna end up ruining your academic self-esteem, especially if you can't like stay with it, and if you're trying to balance clubs, leadership, sports. It's just so much, and your social life. Like it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, take what you can, take what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, so going back on, taking AP classes and trying to like balance things, my question is since we were on the basketball team together, like how was it like dealing with sports and then also taking like AP classes?
It was so bad. It was so bad. Um, you probably don't know this, but I was doing cross country during the summer
Mm.
of like junior year, and I was so excited because I remember what's it called? Natalie was talking about how she always did cross country, and she was always just so like ready for the basketball season. So I'm just like,
Yes.
oh no way, I'm gonna do that. Let me try that. And like it was hard at first, but I seriously enjoyed cross country. But I was falling behind really badly in AP chemistry, and I had to quit. And it was like one of the hardest things because I hate quitting things, and like it was so upsetting. I really liked my teammates and my coach, even though I had already been there for like only 2 months, and I only like ran my first race, and like I loved it. It was so hard, but like I accomplished something, and I was so excited, and I had to give it up because I thought it was hindering my performance in AP chemistry. It wasn't. I was gonna fail regardless, but it's fine. And then with basketball, that was just such a tough year for me because I remember like the end of my sophomore season, we had like practices at the end of our like sophomore season. We were just kind of playing, right? Like scrimmaging with each other. Do you remember that? Were you there?
I don't think I was there,
Okay.
but
Well, either way, I was playing the best basketball I've ever played in my entire life, like scoring like double digits in these scrimmages, and like everyone was so hyped for me for my junior season, and I was too. Until I got there, and with the classes and everything, I couldn't perform to where I wanted to be, and I think definitely the amount of AP classes I took and what that did to my like mental state really affected my game. And I thought that I would be okay with basketball because it was kind of my place to just kind of like forget all of that. But it came on the court with me. And like I remember coach told me something, not me personally, but he was like, we can't just be practice champions. Do you remember that? That
yes.
stuck with me because I was definitely a practice champion. I did well in practices, and then I couldn't do what I did in practice at games. And that messed with me a lot. And I think it carried into my senior season. And I have a lot of regrets when it comes to basketball. And I feel like I like let a lot of people down, especially like coach and stuff, because I just couldn't do what he knew I could do and what everyone else knew I could do. But I mean, it's
Then
whatever right now. I mean, but yeah.
5 AP classes? Dang, Azzah.
It was, don't recommend it. Don't
I,
recommend
I
it.
know. I feel like I know someone in my grade right now that's trying to take 7 AP classes, and I'm just like, that is just not. That's just not the way to go at all.
There was a kid in our grade who took all AP classes. He was our valedictorian, I think.
Oh wow.
And he took all AP classes, but he's a genius, so he could do it.
So going on to the next question. So did you start taking? Well, yeah, you take the PSAT in junior year, right? So did you like?
Sophomore year.
Oh really? Don't you also
Sophomore
take it your junior year?
I think so too. I think they
Okay.
give you a practice run.
So when did you start like studying for the SAT?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just be so honest with you right now.
Okay.
My best score on my SAT came a few months like after like I took the SAT a couple of times, and I only did one practice test, and I was like, all right, that's a wrap, and I went in, and that was my best score, and I was like, I'm done. But I did not honestly study that much from SAT. Like I said, I just had no motivation that year. It was really bad, and like I couldn't focus on my SATs and then try and keep up with my classes and stuff like that and sports. It was really bad. So I didn't study, but I don't recommend doing that at all. Don't do that. Because
Okay.
when I did do a practice test, it helped so much. Like I know people stress that a lot, but if you're going to do one thing, do multiple practice tests. Those help so much. You get so good, and I wish I did more of them. That would have been really good. But that's what I recommend.
Wait, so where did you take your practice test for the SAT?
The practice test?
Yeah, was it on like Khan Academy for like the
Oh, yeah.
review? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know people that like get tutors and everything like that, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to go that far.
Don't don't do that. Like ISIS, you're already like 10 times better than I ever was in high school.
Oh,
All you gotta do, bro, is just take practice tests. Don't spend money on tutors. Don't do any of that. Sure, it would help, of course, obviously, but just if you're trying to be frugal, just do practice tests. It's so much easier. It's all you need in life. You don't need any of that. SATs are overrated, dude.
do you think we should have SATs, Aza?
Absolutely not. Standardized testing in general is just so bad. It's so bad because not every student learns the same way. Not every student takes tests the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And tests don't, there's no correlation between how well you do on your SATs to like your success rate in the future. Like that I don't know where, like I read something and a few years ago and they were stating about how there wasn't a correlation about success rates with your SAT rates.
Mm-hmm.
And like standardized testing is just like you can be successful and have no high school degree, no high school diploma. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's things called entrepreneurship, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, like just making your own business and doing what you got to do. Like SATs are just, they're stressful, they're useless. And you know what? Did you see this somewhere? The creator of SATs were like, these tests are just so crude and horrible and outdated. And he was like, they shouldn't be used to measure success at all or like getting into colleges.
Dang.
And I think more colleges now though are like abandoning SATs and ACTs. Thank God.
Well, too late for you. Too late for you. But hopefully, when it comes to me, it'll be gone.
I hope so, honestly.
Next question: how did you prepare for college applications?
Oh God. I actually did stuff. Okay. I wrote them, right? So I wrote my essays,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had my friends look at them, peer edit them, and then I think I took it to an English teacher. I don't know, but I just said, you know what, this is good enough. Submitted it, but don't procrastinate when it comes to your college apps. Like I know a lot of stuff happens junior year, but don't procrastinate because you can't write 4 essays in one night. You can't.
Yeah.
And like at least with Common App, your essays are like you only have to write 1 essay or like 2, I think. I don't remember. And then you can send that out to multiple colleges. But just procrastinating will really come back to bite you because it's just You want to be on top of it when it comes to your college applications, especially if you're applying early action, early decision. You don't want to miss those deadlines. So don't procrastinate. Don't do it.
And then what do you do? Is it like better to do early decision, or do you just do like the regular one?
Um, well, early decision, you should do that if you know where you want to go to college and like that's your dream school, that's where you want to go 100%. Because early decision, if you get in, it's a binding contract. You can't break it. You can't say no, I don't want to go here. Like you have to go to that school. And early action is like you apply there, but there is no binding contract to that. So if you get in, you can say, oh, well, I don't want to go here. I'm going to go somewhere else. And it would be totally fine. So I wouldn't say like it's better over like regular. I'm just saying like if you know where you want to go, do early decision. And that also shows colleges that you're more committed over like students who apply regular or like early action. But yeah. So I mean,
So it doesn't really matter.
only if you know it's like that's where you want to go for sure, and if your college does it.
Okay. And next thing, okay, so for me, like I want to go to like, MIT and all that stuff.
MIT.
But like, how do you deal with not getting into your dream school?
Oh boy. So my dream school since I was 11 was Columbia in New York, and I applied early decision, and I did not get in, obviously. And I'm really glad actually that I didn't get in because one, it would just be like deep run and then elevated to the max, like times 10. And it was also just extremely expensive. But I deal with rejection just knowing that everything kind of happens for a reason, especially if you just believe that. I don't know what you believe, but like you will end up where you want to end, where you're going to end up. I know a lot of people say that, but it's so true. Like if you don't get into your dream college, it's really not the end of the world because you weren't really meant to even go there. You will find a new love for wherever you go. Like I go to Virginia Tech. That was my safety. I never wanted to go there. I hated it being there like the first month because I never wanted to go. But when you find your like little niche, like your spot, and like you find like your friends and like professors that you like to hang out with, and just like it becomes your home slowly. And like I guess now like it's literally like my second home, and I don't think I would have had it any different. Like I fit in so well with like the tech dynamic that I just don't think I would have done as well in Columbia. And like you just got to understand that at the end of the day, you're going to succeed wherever you go. Like a degree is a degree. So whether you get it from Harvard or from a state school, like you're going to be as successful as hard as like you put in the effort. Like, like you're going to be successful to whatever you put out. So don't worry so much about not getting into your dream school. I know it'll hurt a lot, but cry it out and then get over it and move on to the next because life really goes on and you'll be fine.
Dang. And with that, I think we should just end it there. That was like a whole inspirational quote that you just did right there. That was amazing.
Oh, word? For real?
Yeah. But do you have any more advice for juniors trying to, prepare for college now?
Um, I would say apply to a good amount of colleges. I would say apply. I didn't apply to a lot of colleges, honestly. I applied to like, I applied to four, and two of them were out of my reach. And so then I was left with two. So don't do that. But also, don't apply to like 15 colleges. Don't do that. That's a waste of money as well. Apply to a good middle range of colleges that like you really want to go to that are out of your reach. Make that like one or two. Then apply to a lot of like, a good amount of safeties. And then middle range where like you kind of want to, that you might get in, but like it's not guaranteed, but you wouldn't mind going there. You know what I mean? Like apply to a good amount of colleges. And I would say just don't stress too much about APs. Really just don't stress. Like I understand. Oh, and don't stress about rank either. I know rank is like really important to a lot of people, but like if you just do well in your classes, you'll be fine with rank. Like don't worry about it. It's really not that big of a deal. Unless your college focuses on rank, then then it's a big deal. Like what's it called, UVA, who focus on only accepting the 10% of the top of the class. And I know they say they don't do that, but they do. So just try and just have fun your junior year, you know, but try and also don't don't go downhill with your grades. Keep your grades steady, but don't overdo yourself to the point where you can't keep up with stuff. Definitely focus on your extracurriculars, building on your leadership positions, volunteer work. It's very important. I just think colleges want to see that you're committed to something. So if you show that you have a lot of time spent and hours spent on one thing, it'll be really good on your application. And lastly, I think just find out what you want to talk about on your essays that's not so generic. Like, make it really unique to yourself and to your story and to who you are. And I think you will be pretty good.
Dang, that was good, Azzah.
Really?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and talking about it. I think that's going to help a lot of people because, I mean, I feel like in school they're always like take as many AP classes as you can and stuff like that, but they never like prepare you to the point where you might like lose yourself while taking all of those AP classes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I decided to take 3 this year because, you know, I thought that was a good amount of AP classes to take, but now that school's like online for the first 9 weeks, I'm not sure how the education is gonna like, if it's gonna like work with me online or I need to like be in person to like understand it. So I think that's just something that will happen with time. But
it's really hard for you guys who are in this new age of just like, oh my, yeah, Mom, 1 minute. Oh my god, it's harder for you guys who are in this age of just like online, like what's it called, online schooling.
mm-hmm.
Yes, bro, give me a minute. 1 minute. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my god, my parents. But what's it called? I think it's going to be harder for you guys who are online because online instruction is already just so difficult and there is no motivation to do your work because you're in the same place where you sleep, where you relax, where you're supposed to just wind down and you're trying to be productive and it's not good with your motivation. So it's going to be harder, I feel like, on you guys who have to do online work, who are going to take harder AP classes and try and focus in your relaxing space to try and succeed. It's going to be a lot harder for you guys. So good luck. But you got it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, that's going to be really hard because I feel like at least when you go to school, it's like a place where you learn. You can't just like go to sleep. You can't just eat lunch whenever you want and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be hard for a lot of people. I feel like I'm the kind of person to like get up and like do my work in the morning and stuff like that. But I feel bad for like people that actually need to be in the building to actually understand something. Because, I mean, even when we did virtual learning at the end of the year, like, I feel like a lot of people were struggling with it, so.
It's hard.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming on. You've inspired children across America, and will now be able to go through junior year prepared.
You'll never know. You never know what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. But thank you so much for coming on. And thank you for everyone watching.
Oh my gosh, shout out Laretha.
Shout out to Laretha.
Yeah, she's okay, I guess.
Oh, thanks Lauren for coming on too.
Who's Lauren?
Lauren, bro, your best friend.
What?
Lauren Brennan.
Oh, from journalism. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you, Azzah. I'm gonna cut you off, but I'll see you when I see you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.